Hi, I'm John Barnes and you're watching Redmen TV.
Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV. It's the Uncensored match build-up show ahead of Liverpool's trip down to Old Trafford at the weekend to face David Moyes' mighty Manx. We've got Tay behind the camera, our resident Manx, who's obviously happy about this. Is this expression? I've not seen that since New Kids on the Block, circa 1992. Good to have it back. I'm with me in the studio, Chris Pajak, John Machin, and Steve Hutt of the Bib Theorists. I don't mention that enough, Steve. Bib Theorists, people should get on it more. No, nah, fuck it,
Do what you want. I'm not going to tell you as to what you want to do.
Chris, this is easily the most unusual Liverpool United game in ages.
Yeah, are we the favourites against United at Old Trafford?
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah,
that's weird. Isn't it?
And that's what I'm.
And rightfully favourites as well.
Well, what do you mean?
We're better than them.
Well, yeah. Why do you say that question?
Because it's bizarre.
And rightfully favourites as well.
Yeah, it's just nuts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still at the end of the day for me, it's still Man United at Old Trafford, and they've been doing better, haven't they? So I don't know, I'm a bit nervous about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dad, in your experience, can you remember a time when we went to Old Trafford as favourites? When was it? Well, of course you can. But I think cast your mind back if you can.
It's a long time, isn't it?
We're not that much favourites, I'm just checking on it. They're 7-5, we're 7-4, just slightly favourites.
It's just ever so slight favourites. Okay.
No, it's a long time, isn't it, since we went as favourites.
That's mental, isn't it?
Yeah. And I must admit, I'm getting more and more nervous as the game gets closer. I'm not really sure why, because like after Southampton, I was supremely confident we were going to absolutely murder them.
I know. That's what no footy does to you, though, isn't it? It's like, shit, we're not playing for ages, we might be shit now. It's just general. Something has to go wrong because it can't be.
Well, this is it, isn't it?
Some of that.
Well, we discussed this on the show, and it's still available on the YouTube channel. Of course, we were talking about will Liverpool win the title, and it was all about this. This was our big topic of discussion last week. Was this overriding feeling that every time it's going really good, we're just waiting for it to all turn to shit. And it's funny because when you look at, I bet there's Man United fans watching this who until this season had no idea what that felt like. Absolutely no idea, because it's just, you know, even when they've had a bad season, it's still been pretty good, hasn't it? You know what I mean? Whereas Liverpool have had so many up and down years since we last won a league title, and I think particularly the last 5 years, that it's all built up in our heads. Every time we turn the corner, we get Jose Enrique turns back towards the keeper. So yeah,
free laps make a right for Jose.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, so actually let me know your thoughts on that. I mean, there's a few people who wouldn't watch that video we did last week because they didn't want to jinx it or whatever. I mean, how are you feeling? Do you just have this?
That was the point of the video.
That was the entire point of the video. It was meant to quell people's sort of fears that jinxing is a real thing. Like,
I'm confident. Yeah, I'm confident. Yeah, why shouldn't we be confident?
Well, why should we be, Steve? Why shouldn't we be confident?
I can't. Other than that, it's United away, and because what United have been, it's a poor Man United team this year. They're not a good team, and we are well better.
And they're in all sorts of trouble, aren't they? I mean, Van Persie's clearly not happy. You know, they took him off the other day and he was really fed up. But they actually played better without him once he'd gone off. And
Rooney just seems to play better without him in general as well, doesn't he?
You know, Moyes, I think Moyes has got real problems. One, he'd probably have to play Van Persie whether he wants to or not. He's got a really important European game 3 days later, and then he's got City a few days after that. So what team does he put? Does he think Liverpool's really important? I've got to put my best team out? Or does he save them for the European game, which is his last trophy possible? You know,
I mean, but it's a question. We've got time to do. Would you rather sacrifice finishing, getting a European place in the league to try to have a go at winning the Champions League? Yeah, excellent. Yeah, because that's ultimately it, isn't it? I mean, with beating Liverpool doesn't necessarily change Man United's season. It'll give them a lift, to be sure, but doesn't guarantee them anything. It doesn't put them in the driving seat for anything necessarily.
It doesn't really affect. It affects us. Maybe that which is good for them because they don't like us, but they're not going to come forth. They're too far away. It's not going to happen. Yeah. So surely we are talking about Man United here, though, boys. It's like winning breeds winning. You would never want to lose against one of your top rivals
no, of course not.
in preparation for a Champions League game. That's a fucking stupid
But
way.
Moyes, I remember the FA Cup with Everton. I know it's a different kettle of fish a little bit, but he rested players for the derby because they had a cup game in midweek.
Yeah.
And we battered them 3-0. We put Gerrard hat-trick.
Yeah.
He did rest players. It's not beyond the realms of possibility.
Ferguson used to change his team if he had a European game coming up, no matter who it was.
Well, Ferguson's
side used to win.
I know.
That's the difference.
That Moyes has got to be thinking, well, I've still got the players to win against Liverpool, even if I save some of them for the more important game. Which
his front four is as good as any if they're all playing well. If you have Mata, Rooney, Van Persie and Januzaj, that's a pretty good front four. It's behind it. They are just a shambles at the minute. They're not defending well. Their midfield is borderline non-existent at times, which is strange for Man United to not the wing. They're doing the crossing thing, which Man United have always done. It's not working, and no matter what central defensive partnership they put in, I'd be confident that Sturridge and Suarez are better than them because it's Vidic, Ferdinand, Jones, Smalling, Evans. I think that's the five. I wouldn't be worried about any of those two combinations. I would fancy Suarez and or Sturridge to do well against them. It's just if this was Liverpool going away to the 9th best team in the league, like Southampton, there's not much difference between Man United and Southampton this year. It's just that they're Man United. It's the name and the tradition.
Yeah, but the fact is, it's a derby game, isn't it? I mean, and look, for all those people who were sat there literally crossing every finger and touching pieces of wood and fucking biting rabbits' feet off and stuff, like, let's be clear, it's a derby game. So the form book, in the full cliche that it is, goes straight out the fucking window. It's Manchester United. There's nothing to suggest that they can't get a result, because for as much as they've fallen from grace, they've still got an absolutely phenomenal. They've got, I think their forward four is as good as ours, and I think ours is the best in the world at the moment.
If they're on form, the only thing is, if they go 1-0 down, or if it's 0-0 after half an hour, and we're all over them, the crowd they're used to, when I've been there all the years, will get behind the team and they do, roar, and they do the stupid noise they do, and they won't do it this time. I think they would. They might start getting on his back. I think since Olympiacos, I don't know many Man United fans, I know a few, but the general consensus is since Olympiacos, the mood has dropped. Since they got beat in Greece, I think it's gone. And I think the fans are getting a bit hodged by him, like we felt with Hodge. We knew something was wrong. They will give him time, I think, but I think it used to happen to us, 0-0 after 30 at home. And we'd all be going, we'd get on the backs.
It's going to be another one of those days.
And that's the thing. And if we get off to one of our traditionally fast starts that we've done for quite a while now, it puts pressure on him. If it was... It
must be the most important week for Moyes, this, though. If he's going to not be sacked, if he was to lose to us, get knocked out of the Champions League and then lose to City...
How do you come back from that?
Yeah, he's a dead man, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he's got to do everything he can to try and fire them up. But what does he do? If he gets beat by us, but qualifies for the next round of the Champions League, then he's probably okay, isn't he?
Yeah, and this is the point, isn't it? But the thing is, David Moyes has got an absolutely abysmal record against Liverpool in general, albeit better away from Anfield than it is at Anfield. So I think he'll want to win for himself, and it's whether he falls into the sort of hubris of trying to do it for him and ultimately sacrificing his team's ambitions, because I think
don't forget they've got to score 3 goals against Olympiacos. So is he going to risk his forwards against us? And what happens if Van Persie gets injured against us? Or Rooney,
I think he'll play his full team against us. I said before, I think he'll have to, because his job depends on it. He's not looking for 10 games down the line, he's looking for the next 3 games.
Yeah, I suppose if he's fighting that, and this is my point, is that if he thinks that the next 3 games are vital, I think if he doesn't play his full strength team in these next 3 games, regardless of how that impacts the fitness of his team, he'll get crucified for it anyway. So we might but then, of course, that's a slippery slope anyway, isn't it? When you're basically second guessing the team you play for fear of alienating the fan base.
Van Persie going to run himself into the ground against us with a European game?
I think they all will do, though, Dad. I think that's the difference. I
don't know. You see, I'm just not sure how it'll go.
It's odd if that you were picking for years. You'd pick a Liverpool and Man United team, and it would be if you know a combination team, we're not going to do, but it would be predominantly Man United players with maybe Gerrard, Torres over the years, whatever, a few in. Very few of their players will get into our team at the minute. Very few. I know we're saying what they're from four and our from four.
We're actually mirrored, though, aren't we? We've got great attacks and both got shit defences.
But our midfield is better than theirs at the minute. But I wouldn't swap our team, anyone, really. Maybe...
That's a great question, actually. If you're watching at home, there's another comment section underneath. Of the current Man United squad, I mean, I think there's players I'd have in our squad without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah. But first 11...
we've said their forwards are pretty good, but I don't think they're a patch on ours.
No, I don't think.
As a unit, individually, they're great.
Van Persie's not playing anywhere like as well as he can, and he doesn't play very well with Rooney anyway. And Welbeck can't get on the pitch if Van Persie's on, so you know.
Mata's good, but he's not. We'd
have all had, let's be honest, we'd have all had one Mata.
Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. But you said that our attack's the best in the world, and theirs is up there with it. I don't think it's anywhere near either. No, I don't think so. I don't think at the moment. Yeah, don't get me wrong, Januzaj's going to be a fucking amazing player, but his end product's not there this season. I think I'd rather have Sterling. You were talking about it before on the Man U YouTube channel, wasn't it?
Steady TV.
I'd rather have Sterling than Januzaj, definitely. I'd rather have Sturridge than Van Persie in the form that they're in at the moment. I'd rather have Suarez than Rooney. And the fact is, they all play well together. Whereas, as your dad points out there, Rooney and Van Persie don't play that well together. The only player that I'd probably have from them at the moment is Raphael. And he's not a great defender, I just think he's better than Glenn Johnson.
Yeah. I'd have Raphael, and to be honest,
I quite like Hernandez. I think he's a smasher.
I like Hernandez, but again, would he get in our first 11?
More so than us, but
as a forward, Rooney, Januzaj, Van Persie, Mata are all very good players. It's just it doesn't seem to be clicking for them, but
yet.
Yes.
Well, there are the suggestion that Van Persie's too worried about getting injured and missing the World Cup, which is why he's
long way that continue.
Yeah. But it's weird. It's the only reason everyone's a bit nervous is because Liverpool fans are worriers. Yeah. We were shitting ourselves going to Southampton away. When you think about it, why were we shitting ourselves? Because they're the decentest team. We're better than people think. Our own fans think we are.
Yeah.
We are. City will go anywhere and not really give a toss, and Chelsea will go anywhere and not give a toss, and we're not that far behind them. We're above City in the league or beat with games. We don't. Why we just worry too much?
I think for me personally, I can't talk about everybody else, but I worry because it matters.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And the fact of the matter is, it does feel like, because we've built the season up and our expectations have grown along with the season. So although I still maintain we're not going to win the Premier League, I want the ride to continue as long as possible. And the more points we drop in the Premier League, the less likely, the more ridiculous even talking about it becomes. You know what I mean? Even though it is faintly ridiculous.
If we lose this, it doesn't. I don't think we're going to drop out the top four.
I think we're going to finish third, regardless of this result.
But if you win it, it's just like Paul says, it keeps the faint hope of a title push alive. And if you can get it to keep taking the game off,
I just can't imagine we will win 10 games between now and the end of the season. We are going to drop some points, but I think everyone else is going to drop points as well. And we're in the mix, and that's all you want, isn't it?
Yeah.
In there with a chance.
Without a shadow of a doubt. And it's, like I say, it is that thing of, I would be confident if it was any other team. I think at the minute, you know what I mean. It's just the fact that it's Old Trafford, and you don't know, do you? It's only a penalty decision or something, you know what I mean. One of those kind of events conspiring against you. But equally, I hate the fact that I have to feel like this.
Do we know?
Clattenburg, I believe.
Yeah, has Bezzy in it. Sorted.
He's got a cracking tan. I think it's Clattenburg. If I'm wrong, by all means, feel free to correct me in the comments underneath.
I won't read them anyway. So.
But I mean, on that United things, I'd say maybe. I mean, I was I thought he was terrible when he came in, but I like David De Gea. I think he's a good keeper. I think he's better all-round goalkeeper than Mignolet is. Maybe.
It's splitting hairs though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think there's no.
I'd have Mata, but would I want instead of Coutinho? But I'm not arsed at having Coutinho instead of Mata. You know what I mean? I think that's the point, isn't it? And to be honest, I think Rooney's clearly a cracking player. But I was watching the England game, which is a rare thing for me to do. I thought it looked dreadful. I didn't get it, especially when England seemed to be trying to play kind of how Liverpool played, except, you know, they forced Sturridge out to the right, and there's one point where he's running in, he cuts in his left and he's running in, and Rooney is stood there like this, and it's like, make a run, you tit. Run in behind. If that was any of the Liverpool players in that position, they'd make a run in behind, and it either means Sturridge can pass it, or he opens up space for Sturridge to step into, and Rooney doesn't. He just stands there like, give me the ball. What the fuck are you going to do? Are you going to try that stupid, I'm going to try and chip the goalkeeper from a ridiculous angle, and have it just go over the bar? And then everyone goes, oh, what a talent.
You've got the best English.
But seriously, look at Wayne Rooney. He has 5 shit games. He tries a stupid chip at the goalkeeper. It just misses him. Look what a talented player he is. Good young player. Look at that. Look at the way. Look at the talent to even try that. When's he score one?
It's got a chip.
He's going to score one now. But it's all right because Suarez is going to score now.
At times as a left back, and he's the top English striker. You know, not just this season, but he's probably the best English striker we've had for 10 years. And they're playing him anywhere but up front.
Do you know what grinds my gears as well? Sturridge has scored more fucking goals since he's been at Liverpool than Welbeck has in his fucking career. Yeah. How the fuck does Welbeck play for England?
Yeah, that's my mate.
It was shit. Ask him! Ask him, yeah.
Who's he fucking bribing to get in that England squad?
Yeah. No,
I think Welbeck's definitely. I think Welbeck's better than people think he is. I just don't think he's a striker. He's more of a cout. That's what he reminds me of.
I think the thing with Danny Welbeck, I'm not, and this is, I know I've got Tay's eyes boring as a discusses mate, but I don't rate Welbeck very highly at all, but I'd be interested to see if, similar to Sturridge, if he was made the main man and played as a centre forward, if he could live up to that, because we've seen flashes of it.
United were better when he came on the other day than they were with Van Persie on the pitch.
Yeah.
He's a great finisher.
And he'll put a shift in, if nothing else. Yeah. That's what he might play against us. I remember United, Ferguson used to always play Park against us. You wouldn't see Park for 10 games, and then he'd come down field and he'd be on the pitch. Just because he ran loads, he put a shift in, and that's why, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see him. But I'm more confident than anyone else. I think we'll win, and I don't think there'll be.
Why not? See, Steve's tend to take on.
No, I'm all for that. Like, I can't help how I feel, can I? Do you know what I mean?
If people are nervous just because, like Chris said, it matters, and it's United away, and every time we've been to United away, even this year, they beat us in the League Cup.
But is this the game? Because someone asked me on Twitter, I'll see if I can find exactly who it was. But asked me, at what point do we actually? Is it real? Is it not just us having a bit of a laugh and saying, you know what I mean? And I actually feel that if we perform at Old Trafford the way that we performed against Spurs, or obviously at home against Everton and Arsenal, I think most Liverpool fans would be forced to say, why the fuck not? You know what I mean? If we can get that result there, albeit we've still got Chelsea, Spurs, and Man City to play, but
it's real now. Yeah. People need to wake up. it's real now. It's been real since Christmas.
Yeah, but that's as well as it may be. But it's still, I'd still say the vast majority of people still.
I don't think we were in the league, but we're in the mix, and I think we've all got. It would take a lot to get it out the top 4. It's just.
I mean, over the years, whatever team Liverpool had, whether it was one of their great sides or whatever, if you had a game in hand on the team above you, and you were going to play them at home, so you get within 1 point of them, you were in the race. There was no doubt about it. You were thinking, we're going to win the title.
Yeah. Because
you think they're going to drop more points and we're not going to drop any. So, I mean, it is just the fact that we've had so long without any real success in the Premiership. I think people, as you said before, they're all scared to death that it's all just going to go wrong.
Shit's got real.
Yeah.
It's been a laugh, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And then I think people have dawned. Bloody hell, it's a bit serious thing.
We were talking about Brendan Rodgers last season. It was something in the Anfield Wrap start, and it was this notion that Liverpool needed like a crusade, they needed a story, we needed a journey under Brendan Rodgers, like, you know, a cup runs and stuff like that, so that you could hang something on the season, you know what I mean, that you had some memories, whereas like really last season, we had some good performances, we scored a few goals here and there, but largely there was nothing to hang last season on, and that's for me the season. The cups are all over. I just want this, even, look, if we end up losing the title on the last day of the season, you know what I mean, that's something like that, or we don't win it, I should say, rather than losing it, then fucking hell, you know what a ride, what a great season that's been for us. But they're just, as you say, it's that fear of, you know, if we were to lose against Man United and we were to drop any more points then between then and the end of the season, that's it, isn't it? And then you have to look forward to next season, and I'm sick of looking forward to next season. We've been looking forward to next season for 25 years. You know what I mean?
At least it wasn't fucking November.
But
we managed to make it past Christmas before, writing it off.
Yeah, definitely. But that's what I mean. I kind of, it's been great. I want it to continue because I don't think we'll ever be in. This is a unique situation. We'll never be in this position again. Hopefully, hopefully we don't have to drag ourselves up out of the primordial ooze of the Europa League into the Champions League. Like, but.
Just clawing away from Channel 5.
Yeah, I know. But you know, the fact is, you know,
mid-afternoon fucking matches on a Thursday.
5 o'clock and like having your tea and the matches on, you're playing in
but to
Kazakhstan away.
Saturday
to be in there or thereabouts with absolutely zero pressure on an actual title challenge, because next season it'll be expected.
Okay.
That's the only thing. I think now there's no pressure on us. The aim for this season was to try and get in the top 4. It wasn't even to get in the top 4. It was to attempt to be closer to the top 4 to push next year. Because we've blown that out of the water, I don't think we're under any pressure. If we bomb out and finish 4th, that's be better.
I think Rodgers is more or less saying now that the target for the season was to get 4th, wasn't it? And he's already saying we've achieved that effectively.
Yes, he Arda took 5th this year. After that, I
said 5th, but as long as we were in the hunt.
Exactly, Arda took 5th, and we were pushing the 4th place team. So this now is just blowing everyone's expectations out towards that. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Everyone else is like feeling the pressure. I just think whatever happens between now and then, unless we lose 10 games, I'm just going to enjoy it. It's just
the only fear I think is, well, there's loads of fears constantly plaguing us deep into the night. Is that if 4th place, if we sew 4th place up,
I think we have.
Well, I know we more or less have. But Spurs are still 6 points.
Still attacking the teams ahead of you.
Exactly. What I don't want is just to is to go 4th place is sorted. Whew.
Yeah, I don't
because how do you maintain motivation for the rest of the season then, knowing that you've achieved all your expectations? And
for me and the squad,
you know that you've got other things to fight for.
You know as well. The reason when I think the players knew we were in it or thought we were in the title challenge with Gerrard's pen at Fulham. Yeah. You don't celebrate that pen like that with the whole team going mental. No. If you think you're trying to come 4th, you celebrate that as if like Yossi Benayoun's winning at Fulham. Yeah. Where you go absolutely apeshit thinking we're in the title. When Rodgers was saying, "Oh, we're just trying to come 4th, not even looking at the title." The players must think that we're in. Gerrard must, because you don't rip your shirt off.
I agree with that.
You don't rip your shirt off and start going mental at Fulham away if you just think you're trying to come 4th. So the players must think we're in the title race. You know, you see the way they're acting and the way they're playing, and even the Southampton game, the way that Gerrard's pen in the last minute, you can tell that they're right up for it. Yeah. So if they're all thinking it, we should be thinking it as well. It's just it's like you said before, it's the Liverpool mentality of recent. Where 20 years ago you thought you were title challenge if you were with a point. There's still people like that. 4th not done. 4th not done. Where City who below us are going, we can win the league, We're like that. You know what I mean? We're just warriors by nature.
The other thing is we've got to be looking for automatic qualifications to Champions League. I don't want 4th now.
No, I don't think I think we are definitely looking for 3rd or higher, no doubt about it. I think Arsenal are the team who are going to worry about 4th. You know, they've got a pretty bad run of games over the next month, and they're not in the greatest form.
Yeah. So. Right, but let's stop all this Champions League talk for the moment.
Yes, we need a trivia question. Where's it gone?
Fucking hell.
Come on, Paul.
We haven't done the trivia question. Is it? I actually had someone ask me the other week, when can you bring back the quick fire and get rid of the trivia question? But equally, Dave, I did have people say how much they love it, so it's fine. This week's trivia question, I'm reading directly here, should get you all excited. Dave's named it The Ballad of the Rivalry Against Man United. Oh, fucking hell.
The title's bigger than the fucking question.
Jesus wept. Right, okay, once again, go and get yourself a cup of tea. Get yourself, and then boil the kettle again for your next cup of tea. Are you sitting comfortably? We'll begin. The ballad of the rivalry against Man United. The year is 1984, and this is where our tale begins. Newton Heath of Manchester, 22 losses, 2 draws, and a shameful half a dozen wins, sit bottom of Division 1. Wait, hang on. 1894. Sit bottom of Division 1, having played a full season, but they still might not get relegated, and here's the reason. They need to play a one-off match to save their campaign.
Is that a poem?
As Division 2...
Is that a poem?
Is it?
Fucking read it like one then.
Oh, fucking hell, Dave. It's not, is it?
Is there a question at the end of it?
Oh, I'm so sorry about this.
Can I make a trivia question?
Oh, I'm really interested.
Oh, fucking hell, this is just... How do you want it to be? How do you want this read? Font here?
Yeah, like Oscar Wilde or something like that.
I can't fucking do it. John, you've got the perfect voice for a trivia question. Go on. If you can see it.
It was the best of days.
It was the worst of days.
I haven't got my glasses, can't see it.
I'll do it. Go on.
Dave, do you want to...
Throw it over. Throw it over.
Let me... Jesus. All that. Okay. Start from the top.
This week's trivia question should get you all excited. I've named it the ballad of the rivalry against Man United. This year, the year is 1894, and this is where our tale begins. It was a cold night. Newton Heath of Manchester, 22 losses, 2 draws, and a shameful half dozen wins. Shameful. They sit bottom of Division 1, having played a full season, but they may not get relegated, and here is the reason. I like that. They need to play a one-off match to save their campaign, as Division 2 champions Liverpool want to stake their claim. The venue will be Wood Park, the Scousers' kit and omen. Blue and white quarter shirts were worn. It was like they were at home. That doesn't rhyme. The game... They changed their kit to red and white. They even ripped off our crest. Nothing worked at top of the Reds, not even Georgie Best. The Manx looked on in shock and awe.
Just watching, I'm just mentally picturing our audience retention figures. Just fucking slipping.
Everyone, the slider on the bottom of YouTube has just been dragged along. Dave,
I'm sorry. It looks like you've spent a massive amount of time preparing this.
Let's cut this bit, Paul.
We'll have this on the website. So it's fucking right. Well, what's the actual question?
It's at the bottom.
Can you name the... What?
It's the last verse, he said.
No.
It's the worst thing.
How many hat-tricks in this fixture in total have there been?
Fucking hell. I think you might need to do a cut and edit job here, Paul.
How many... With 503 goals scored in 189 games between them, how many hat-tricks in this fixture in total have there been? For an added bonus, take a gamble, throw the dice. Can you name the only player who's netted hat-tricks twice?
Lovely ending.
Should have just been that. Good one, Dave.
He said to make it now.
Fucking did, man.
Do you want to just cut it up to that little bit there, Paul? Or can you not be asked?
Anyway, answer in about 2 minutes' time. But we did have a little bit more time to do more discussion. That's gone.
I don't know what the question was. How many hat-tricks in Liverpool v United?
Something about that. Okay, Liverpool. Who starts? Joe Allen or Philip Coutinho? Raheem Sterling?
The normal side, drop Allen again. Not drop. Like, fucking drop. Rotate him out. And fucking go at them first 20 minutes.
Okay.
That's what I'd do.
Yeah, I'll go with that. And I think Sacco will probably be on the bench simply because the defence actually was okay last time out, so he wouldn't change it right away.
I do fear Robin van Persie and his movement in the box.
And with Agger.
And Scale.
If Sacco's 100%, I'll throw him in. I think the manager might leave Coutinho for Allen. Possibly. And do the team that finished against Southampton.
I think we hit upon something the other week with that. In that, okay, I think Raheem Sterling would deserve to start over Coutinho on form. But having Raheem Sterling as a substitute to bring on, it's just, when everything's, their defence is getting tired and it's been a long game, and then with 20 minutes to go, you bring Sterling off the bench. You can't afford to switch off at all in that game, as if you can anyway with Liverpool's attack. So I quite quite like the notion of that, although realistically I'm not that bothered.
I wouldn't, yeah. I think 9 picked themselves. I think if Sarko's fit, there's a question, but if, say, presumably he's going to be on the bench, so the 10 picks itself pretty much is just Coutinho, Allen or Sterling. One of those, 2 of those are going to be on the pitch and one's going to be on the bench. Yeah. And either combination doesn't bother me really that much. I'd like to think, I would like to stay on to play. And I'd play him right. He played in the 10 against Southampton, done a good job. I'd, like Chris just said, I'd have him against Everett all game. Just have him against Everett all game.
It's a fucking huge pitch, isn't it, Old Trafford? And he can fucking
let Gerrard, or you could play him on the left against probably Raphael, and just have Gerrard pinging the diagonal into the corner. Because he's more likely to get back, and then let Suarez have a little nibble at Everett, for lack of a better word. Mind your tongue, Louis. And you see, because he done it against Arsenal at home, he switched him, he put Suarez on Monreal and put Sterling on Sanya, didn't he? And it worked a treat, like, so that's an option.
We've got options, haven't we? And that's the best thing about what we've got at the minute. And for the first time, pretty much this season as well, I don't think any of us knows nailed on what our team's going to be, and that's happened very rarely this time around.
3 times.
Yeah.
Well, we know what it's likely to be for the most part, and the bit we don't know is good news, isn't it? Because we've got players who we can switch in and out, and we'd be quite happy to do
disappointed,
everything.
yeah.
Well, that's it. You've got potentially Sacco, Lucas, Allen, Sterling, Coutinho, all fighting for places in that side, and I think that's definitely.
The only other interesting one is where he plays his fullbacks, which side. Johnson and Flanagan, who he plays right. It depends on United to play, but who would you want against Januzaj, for example? Would you rather be Flanagan or Johnson? Maybe do we react to them, or do we just go, this is us, we're going with this?
I wouldn't. Again, we debated this weeks gone by that we've said in the past Glenn Johnson's a better left back than he is a right back, but I don't think we've necessarily seen that evidenced since he's come back. So I think the case is to switch them back, because Flanagan was doing a bang-up job at left back earlier in the season, but I think it's much of a muchness. Really.
Do you presume they'll go Mata and Januzaj, or maybe Mata and Valencia? I don't know. And then do we react to that, or do we just go right?
Isn't Valencia their sub-right back?
Possibly, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, he start on the bench against us at Anfield.
I'm more happy to just go, you know what, let's just put our team on the pitch and don't worry about it. To an extent, just go and beat them. We should beat them, we're better than them, so just put our 4 on. Get our 4 on, get our... Whatever we do, I'd like it to be Coutinho and the team that plays against Everton and Arsenal, but if it's not, fair enough. And let's just go at them. See if they can withstand what no other team's been able to withstand this season for a long time.
Fucking ages.
That front 4, I can't remember the last time, no. But you know, that 4, what can you do about it? I know West Brom did to an extent, but that was a strange game on a terrible pitch. Let's just go at them and see what happens.
Fucking A, stay.
See what happens. I can't.
Go on. Bring it on.
Just see if they can deal with Suarez and Sturridge. Good luck. No, all the best.
But that's the game plan all season long, isn't it? Why would we change that? It's not like we're going to go park the bus at Old Trafford, is it? I don't think we will. I don't think we know how to do it.
I don't think we've got a push on.
We run. Just on Henderson's back.
We've got loads of skateboards and rollerblades. That's what we've got.
We're just a mental team that just turn up on like fucking all kinds of crazy X Games type fucking
windmilling. That's all we do. Turn up like that. And it gradually gets faster. Anyway, let us know what you think Liverpool are going to line up in the comments section underneath. Would you start Raheem Sterling? Would you start Philip Coutinho? What about Joe Allen? Does Sacco go straight in? What about Lucas Leiva, etc., etc.? All in the comment section underneath. Right, score predictions. Staying, let's start with you.
3-0 to Liverpool.
Fucking hell. Done.
Well, I think it's either going to be really close, in which case there'll just be a goal in it and it'll be 2-1 to us, or we might just batter them and it'll be 4-1 to us.
Where'd you go from there, Chris?
I can't go 6-0 Liverpool. 3-1 Liverpool.
Yeah, my heart says 5-0. My head says we might actually just like lose this game. You know what I mean? That's the way. But then that's because my head is wrong. No, but I shouldn't. I think I'm thinking about it too much, and that's what I'm saying. This fear factor that's crept into us over the years. there's no reason why Liverpool shouldn't be able to go and get a result there, except for the fact that it's Man United at Old Trafford. So
if you just very, very quickly, the teams who've won at Old Trafford this year, some pretty crap teams have went to Old Trafford and won.
He makes a good point.
Is it that the list of records that Moyes has helped break? Like Everton have never had a victory at the Old Trafford, West Brom have never had a victory, and Newcastle never won there, Swansea have never won there.
So David Moyes got a record for records lost at Man United now?
It's probably there.
It's the only record he's won. Is it?
Don't forget, he's a man who proves you don't need trophies to be a winner.
It's true that.
You can win plenty. You know, yeah, I'm confident.
Yeah, right, okay. Thank you. Leave your score predictions in the comment section underneath as well. Right, trivia question.
What was it again?
The whole thing.
1894.
Cold winter's day.
With 503 goals scored in 189 games between, how many hat-tricks in this fixture in total have there been? And for an added bonus, take a gamble, throw the dice. Can you name the only player who's netted hat-tricks twice? Answer, part A, 12.
Dick Forshaw.
Part B, Dick Forshaw.
Yes, get in!
Dick, for sure.
No way. 1925 and 1926 he scored them.
Well done.
Cause she got the email. If you got that right, you're a fucking hero. If you stuck out the question, you're a hero. If you watched us all the way through and you've kept our audience retention figures up, you're a fucking hero. We've got loads of extra content this week across youtube.com/Redmen TV and the redmentv.com. We have, in no particular order, Chris's reasons why he hates Man United in 60 seconds.
I managed to squeeze quite a lot in actually in the 60 seconds.
Just swear-filled and angry, it's amazing. We've got my Liverpool fans' top 5 favourite Man United signings of all time. We've also got the top 5 reasons why we used to hate Man United as well. So check them out on YouTube and Redmen TV. And there's more Redmen TV goodness, of course. If this hasn't filled a big Liverpool hole in your life, then you want more, then go to the redmentv.com. We've got the extended Reds News Roundup show this week, 50 odd minutes talking about Brendan Rodgers' proposed 60 million transfer war chest, 5 years since we battered Real Madrid 4-0, Liverpool down the money table and how an increased Anfield capacity could help change that round, and of course more on Lucas and Saka's return to fitness as well, so do check that out on redmentv.com. It's free for a month, so just fucking try it. Anyway, gents, thanks very much for joining us, and fingers crossed and toes crossed and all that we stuffed the Manx. Ta-da.
Premier League title winning scumbag of a mind, getting BBC ignoring, Terry feeling, loving Rafa, hating, pitch knocking pricks, Alexander, Chapman, Ferguson.